Welcome to Nerdify. Another Minisode number 2.
Yeah, Minisode. We liked the first one so much that we decided to do another. We don't know if you like it, but fuck you. So
it's less time.
Yeah,
and sitting in this chair looking at Reggie.
I mean,
it's so bad.
Yeah, it's the worst, man. That's why I don't have mirrors in my house. So I can't stand to look at myself.
True. Okay, so in this episode, I wanted to talk a little bit about Elon Musk. He's a personal hero of mine, and I realized today that I actually don't know a whole lot about him, actually.
I mean, he could be a secret James Bond villain.
I'm pretty sure he has to be.
He's got too much perfect going on right now. Waiting for him to take over and then just be like, yeah, that mining company that I hid in the background of all my other big companies, I've actually caused major structural issues at the entire United States, and if you don't give me $1 billion, which he already has,
right,
then I'm gonna destroy everything. Or maybe he'll do it to be like, no, you have to switch to clean energy now, and I'm gonna be the fucking juggernaut. See, he's got a plan. He knows what's up.
I'd be happy with that.
This is all speculation.
Forcing everyone to switch to clean energy. I'm already for that anyway. I mean,
yeah. Actually, whenever I went to go buy my house, I was thinking I would love to get a solar panel roof. Yes, I would love to get Elon's solar panel roof tiles, but I was thinking about actually putting solar panels on my roof. But then I quickly found out, yes, there was a federal tax break or whatever on that. They helped pay for part of it.
Right.
But the problem is that most states have the state side of it too. So basically, when it's all said and done, this $10,000 system that you're putting in your house, you only really have to pay $2,000, and so It's very affordable. Well, Arkansas, being the natural state, doesn't have that. It makes no sense whatsoever. And so it was going to cost me $5 or $6 grand to get everything squared away and taken care of, and I was like, I ain't got money for that, so I never did it, and it makes me really sad. And now, of course, I think it was this year, maybe it was last year. I think last year was the last year. This year, that federal tax break now declines, and so it's going to decline down to a certain point and then just stay really low, so you don't really get as much money back, and it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
But theoretically, you could still put the solar panels on your house and just cost more.
Yeah, it'd be more out of my pocket, and maybe whenever I get a dual income with a nice, beautiful lady.
Wouldn't it pay for itself in the long run with no electric bill or less electric bill rather? Yeah, so it
depends on if you went with just a really cheap system, just $3,000 or $4,000, you can offset your bill a little bit. You just have a smaller bill, right? But if I was gonna do it, I would want to do it to where I could actually have no electricity use during the day and then just use at night. And then whenever Elon announced his super wall battery thing, I was like, well shit, I'll just buy a couple of those and then store the charge and help offset my night use, And it was also cool to think about that if I produce enough electricity and put it back into the power grid, then Entergy has to pay me money.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, so, I could still do that, but it's just, I ain't got the money. And it doesn't offset it enough unless you go, all in, all out. But even then, if you're thinking, if I go all in, all out, and it costs me, 15 grand to do all this, how quickly really are you going to recoup that 15 grand? Because at most, my electricity bill is $120 a month.
Right.
So it's going to take a long time. It'll take me 10 months just to get $1,000, built up.
By the time you retire, you'll have made your money back.
It'll take me 150 months.
Not too bad.
That's a lot. Long time.
It's a couple of years, right? 2 years.
Plus, if I wasn't going to be in that house for 30, 40 years, then...
Right, you really need to be in the place you're going to be for the rest of your life. Because, I'm sure moving that system is not cheap either. No,
and that's what, the whole dual, state, federal, relief program was supposed to kind of help. It was supposed to be hey, it's only going to cost you a few grand, and it's in good return, but... No, it's not. Maybe by the time I decide to stay somewhere permanently, everything will just be so cheap from Elon doing his thing that I won't have to worry about paying a ton of money out of pocket. But anyway, did you have something specific about Elon you wanted to talk about?
No, I was just going to go over his... excuse me. I was just kind of skimming his Wikipedia page. I mean, I know that's not always super, like, most reliable thing, but it has a lot of information that I didn't know. So, I mean, I decided to kind of go through it and learn some things and possibly love this man even more.
So, in case for some reason you've been living under a rock for like the past 10 years and you don't know who Elon Musk is, he is the guy that owns SpaceX, who's a private space company trying to go to Mars.
Oh, yes.
And basically making and has successfully made reusable fucking rockets, and which is nuts. And then he also owns Tesla Motor Company, the electric car company, and they make badass electric cars.
I was actually reading an AMA yesterday. It was Ron Perlman. Did you read that? Someone asked him, what's your favorite car in your garage? And he said, I only have one car, and it's a Tesla, and it's the only car I'll ever drive for the rest of my life. And I'm like, that's awesome. It's great.
Yeah, no, like, you know, my next car, I would love for it to be like a Mustang GT or something, because it's like a $30,000-$40,000 car, and it's fast and it's nice and it's affordable for me. But if I could afford an $80,000-$90,000 car, I would have a Tesla in a fucking heartbeat.
Oh yeah, they're great. They look great.
I just want to really. I mean, I would love to own, but really, I just want to be in one and just feel the 0 to 60. Because you know, people say like, you know, it's instant torque because there's no delay in that. Like you hit it and you go. And so I just want to like. People have literally said it feels like you're taking off on one of those like roller coasters where you're just hitting because it's and it just takes off. But Elon also now owns a boring company. Not as in boring and dull company, but literally a mining company. Oh. So it's the company that's going to... He has these massive drills that he literally bore through holes underground, and that's where he's going to put his Hyperloop tubes in.
Oh, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have this episode, is because of the Hyperloop. I've been following Hyperloop for not for too long, but like for the little bit of time I have, it's been pretty intense. Because that is like so freaking cool. We'll get into that a little later, because that's like his most recent endeavor.
But tell us, James, how did he get his start?
See, that's something I learned earlier. I thought I knew, but I didn't. I originally thought it was PayPal, but it's not.
It isn't?
No.
I thought it was PayPal.
No, it's not. His first career endeavor was in a company called Zip2. He started it with his brother with a loan of $28,000 from his dad. They developed, it says the company developed and marketed an internet city guide, quotations, for the newspaper publishing industry. Musk obtained contracts with the New York Times and Chicago Tribune and persuaded the board of directors to abandon plans for a merger with City Search. While at Zip2, Musk wanted to become CEO. However, none of the board members would allow it. Later, Compaq acquired Zip2 for $307 million in cash and $34 million in stock options in February '99. Musk received $22 million for his 7% share. That's where he got to start. Then came PayPal, which, you know how much money he made from that?
I know he made a fuck ton.
He made, first of all, he only actually had 11.7% shares in the company. He got $165 million when they sold that to eBay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Then came SpaceX. So, like, and it just keeps getting better. Today, according to Wikipedia, he is. You're gonna take a wild guess at how much he's worth?
I don't know, $1.3 billion.
Really?
Yeah.
That's how much that's how much you give him. You're kind of right. If you add a 2 on the front of that. He's $21.3 billion. Yes.
God.
As of August 2017, $21.3 billion.
Elon, share a little bit of that, man.
Did you also know that he has triple citizenship? He's technically a citizen in America, Canada, and South Africa.
What? South Africa?
Yep.
What's it?
He was actually He's actually a citizen of South Africa first, from 1971 to present, Canadian 1989 to present, and America 2002 to present.
Wow. I thought whenever you got U.S. citizenship, they made you. No, I think it's if you get citizenship elsewhere after being a U.S. citizen. I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to sound like an idiot.
Oh, let's see what else we got here.
Well, so here's what I know about Elon, which is didn't he start SpaceX and Tesla around the same time? Within each other, right?
Dang, SpaceX is a lot on it. God. Did you get the next one, maybe? There's Tesla. Tesla started in 2003, SpaceX 2001, so a few years apart.
Yeah, and I feel like he did Tesla to kind of fuel SpaceX.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure everything he's doing right now is just it's his own thing, but it also improves SpaceX.
Well, that and really, I know with Elon, he has this thing where he's definitely wanting to build the infrastructure for for renewable energies.
Oh yeah,
make it something, because he knows that if it's something super popular with the masses, then change will happen a lot faster. So I know he had a 4-phase type deal with the Tesla Motor Company. So he had the Tesla. So he built the Roadster first,
right?
Which he only made so many, and he used all the profits and learning about how to make those to basically fuel the next part, which is just the Tesla Model X, right?
Right.
And then he. So then he used all that money and to keep learning more and to figure out how to make things better. And he was like, okay, boom, now I'm going to have the Tesla Model... the Tesla Model S was the first one, and then the X was the Falcon Wing SUV. And basically proving a point that you can have an electric car that's, one, fast as fuck and fun to drive and looks good. Mm-hmm. And then two, and also reliable. But then two, have an SUV that's electric and fast as fuck and fun to drive.
I want an electric car so bad. I mean, but right now, with the Teslas, they're really expensive, really nice, but really expensive. And the ones that are affordable, not Tesla, the electric cars that are affordable aren't super reliable right now. They don't go as far as you need to go on a charge. There aren't a lot of charging stations, especially around here. We actually have one at work.
Yeah, supercharger. Yeah, there's not a ton around here. It kind of sucks.
Yeah,
but I will say, so if you've been watching Tesla and Elon Musk and everything he's announced, some stuff you're just like, why is he doing that? So he had all of his electric cars, and then he announced the wall batteries that he made, mm-hmm. and okay, you can charge them during the day, and then you can power your house or power your car or something, right?
Right.
And you're just like, okay, that's it makes sense. He's making electric cars, so he's good in the battery technology now, so now he's going to do this. All right, fine. Well, the next thing he announces is solar tiles for roof tiles, and they look exactly like regular roof tiles, and in fact they cost, I think they're now cheaper to roof your house with his solar tiles than it is to fully re-roof your house with regular tiles.
Absolutely crazy.
And they're completely impact resistant and all that stuff. I mean, they're basically going to last you regular roof tiles.
This man is going to change the world.
Yeah, and
he already has, but
so that was his whole looping system with the whole thing. That was his plan from the beginning, is for people to install these solar tiles onto their houses, then have his wall super batteries in their houses, and then so their house is constantly being hit. It absorbs all of that power into the batteries, and then you use it to charge your Tesla car, and then any extra goes to power your house. And so that's the whole loop, because he wanted his cars to be so eco-friendly, like to be 100% off the grid.
I feel like that all of this actually goes... everything he's doing is going towards colonization of Mars for him. I feel like that's his biggest goal.
Well, yeah. So if he can do all this stuff without having to rely on fossil fuels,
right? That's just,
then he can. That's
what he's trying to. Because I mean, his private space company can get you to Mars, right? Tesla Motors, when you get there, you're going to need a car, no fossil fuels really that they know of right now, so electric is the way to go. One of his other goals is to make a completely solar city. So it's totally clean power, which would work perfect on Mars.
Right.
I mean, to get big business in there to spread the electricity costs and the oil, all these oil companies, all that kind of stuff, they're not on Mars.
Right.
And he doesn't want them to be, I'm pretty sure, because that's the reason we haven't gone really efficient with the energy and whatnot, is because if we did, these big businesses would be out of business. And they like their money. Right. So they're going to keep pushing to stay into business and tell you why fossil fuels are great and all this kind of stuff. But it's not. So, I just feel like because we were talking about earlier about how it all goes, all of those things are looping to SpaceX, but that's only because we aren't on Mars yet. I feel like it goes past that and goes to his Mars mission. So it's what SpaceX is going for. I forgot what I was going to say. And the Hyperloop, that's just a good way to get around on Mars as well.
Yeah. He's really I think he's really taken a lot of stuff into his own hands, because I think he's realized that, this is going to be a little political here, but our government really doesn't give a shit to spend money on the things it needs to really push our country towards innovation and making it self-sufficient and sustainable. If the government really wanted to, they could plunk down, billions of dollars to rebuild an infrastructure, so that way we can use nothing but cars that run off of electricity using solar power and wind energy, or even hydrogen cars, and because their hydrogen cars have been around for a long time, and they've been really safe for
really cool too.
The past 8 years or something, and but the only reason that they're not abundant and they don't go anywhere is because there's no way to distribute hydrogen gas right now. And so, until there's an infrastructure, no one's going to do anything about it. Elon went for the electric option because we already generate electricity, and we already know of different ways to be able to generate the electricity without relying on fossil fuel. But with hydrogen, it's just, as far as I know, Arkansas has at least Central Arkansas has one hydrogen gas station. And
really?
It's for other purposes. It's not really meant for cars, but it's there. You can fill up hydrogen tanks. That's it.
Well, speaking of politics, something I actually didn't know about Elon here is that he was actually he became a member of two of then President Trump's advisory committees. Did you know that?
No, I had no idea.
Yeah, he did. He was part of the Strategic and Political Forum and Manufacturing Job Initiative, apparently. But he resigned from both in 2017 in protest at Trump's decision to withdraw the United States from the Paris Agreement on climate change. So, I feel like he jumped into that to help persuade Trump to do the right thing, and then when he refused, Elon was just like, "No, fuck this. I can do good elsewhere. He's not going to listen to me, so I'll take my money elsewhere and do the good stuff."
But I am super excited that he's been given the okay to start Hyperloop stuff, because that's his latest thing is that he's wanted to do, and I think they've already started on the Los Angeles loop and everything. In fact, don't they have the first mile of the loop done or something?
Yeah, they actually just did a test a few weeks ago with it. It got the track is 1,500 feet long, and in the test, the Hyperloop train got up to 200 miles an hour in 1,500 feet on nothing but like floating on magnet. Just oh my god, it's
crazy.
It's the coolest thing
because I know he just has it as like just like a standard like pedestrian train, right?
Right now, yeah, it's supposed to be.
And I know he wants to eventually move it to where you basically have like platforms that you drive up onto with your car, and then it just shoots you through there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then that way you can just get up out of there and keep driving.
That's
you don't have to worry about like getting more trains or taxi cabs or anything.
He's so cool.
Yeah,
he thinks of everything.
Like you know how cool it'd be to go from like. Because I can't remember, there was an estimate to if he did the same loop in I can't remember. It was I think it was like the New York to DC Hyperloop. Like he got clearance enough for that, but they're like, yeah, you could like go from DC to New York City,
it's like half an hour,
yeah, or less,
like
or something, something super crazy. And so like you could probably go from Little Rock. Like think about it, to go from Little Rock to Dallas in like 30 minutes or less.
Oh, it'd be like 10 minutes.
You know how nuts that would be?
Yeah, and it'd be totally crazy. Like, and from what I mean, I don't know. I don't have any hard numbers, but from what I understand, like fares on these things are supposed to be like
how
super
fast did
cheap.
they say you got it to go?
In the test, it was 192 miles an hour. And I think it's projected once it's finished to hit a top speed. It says right here, a top speed of 760 miles per hour, allowing for travel of a time of 35 minutes. I guess that's from. I don't know. I can't see what it's saying. It's going for 35 minutes to. I don't know, but 760 miles an hour.
So if you did that. Yeah, you could get from Little Rock, which is to Dallas, which is a 5-hour drive, in like about 20 minutes. The time it takes me to drive from my house to your house is I could get from Little Rock to Dallas. You know how fucking nuts that is? Like just be like,
and
hey,
totally affordable
like,
tickets too.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then how like. Much that'll change things in terms of just like, hey, there's a difference between now going, hey, I want to go to Dallas for the weekend. Okay, we'll get off work on Friday. We'll leave Friday night. We'll get to the hotel. We'll wake up early Saturday, do stuff all day Saturday, and then wake up Sunday and do a couple of things and then drive back and be exhausted for Monday. Oh, shit. With this, you could literally go, hey, I want to go to Dallas on Saturday. And we just
on Saturday.
Yeah, just on Saturday and just go to Dallas for a little bit and come back and
shit, you could take day trips to like I think they're even talking about doing international stuff like over the sea, like from I hope it's in here because that was one thing that really caught my attention. It was from like I think it was from San Francisco to somewhere overseas. That was like going to be their test for over the ocean travel with this, and it was some like ungodly short amount of time to get there too, and I think that's where I heard about the cheaper fares, like because tickets supposed to be like super affordable. This thing, which I'm excited about because I want to travel, but I ain't got money for that shit.
All right.
So like I like flying on planes, but that shit's expensive.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
But I think it'd be even cooler to go on a Hyperloop. And I mean, I would trade the experience of flying in a plane for going across the country in half an hour, taking a day trip to San Francisco. Just like Dallas. Let's go to San Francisco on Saturday. Right. I really want a pizza from Chicago. Let's go there for lunch on the Hyperloop from here.
Yeah.
Let's take a half an hour ride to Chicago for some good pizza. And
I just want to do a bunch of math now and figure it out. Like, Chicago is 11 hours, right?
Right.
So if you drive 60 miles an hour, shit, 60, fuck. God damn it. Facebook, fuck you. Yes, for the record, that we'll just keep that there. 60 hours times... So, 660 miles, right?
Yeah.
Well, divide that by how many? 700 and what?
760 miles per hour.
Yeah, less than an hour. Just over 45 minutes from here to Chicago. You know, like, this doesn't make, like, you know, my thing is, okay, so in terms of, like, sports teams, I love the Dallas Cowboys. They're easy to watch because they're in Dallas. If I wanted to go to a game, it's 5 hours, right?
Right.
That's quote-unquote easy. And then in terms of, like, football, West Virginia Mountaineers. Okay, that's super far away. The only chance I have of watching them is if they play a team that's close to me. Or I decide to make a weekend out of it and go see them, right? I have to take a day off to even do that shit. And then my other two teams are the Minnesota Timberwolves for basketball and the Minnesota Wild for hockey. And either I have to pay, you know, like, to go to, like, I can go to Memphis and watch them play in Memphis. But honestly, like, I would want to watch them play at their home stadium. But I can't fucking afford to go to Minnesota. Are you kidding me?
No.
It's way too far. But, man, if I could Hyperloop that shit, be like, woo, right there.
As far as I'm concerned, cover the goddamn planet in Hyperloop. I don't care. If it's... Because, I mean, I know when this becomes, like... I mean, it's supposed to be coming fairly soon, like, too. Just, I mean, a couple locations, but still, just for it to be a reality.
Yeah, I know right now he has clearance for, like, the LA, San Francisco area and the New York, DC metro area. Mm-hmm. And then I know Chicago really wants, like, for him to do something up there. And then I think after that, like, his plans, I think, are supposed to be a connection between Nashville, Memphis, Little Rock, Dallas, and Houston, and
it's coming here,
San Antonio.
I was sure we were going to be like the last people to see this.
We're only getting it because we're stuck in between Memphis and Dallas. That's it.
Fucking thank you, Memphis and Dallas.
Right?
Thank you.
That's the only reason we have Interstate 30 and 40.
I will take connecting Hyperloop travel. I mean,
right? No.
My God.
But I mean, that won't be for a long time. And I imagine what he'll do first is he'll connect the Dallas, Houston, Austin, San Antonio. He'll connect all of those, and then he'll probably branch it out towards, you know, us. So. But if Arkansas just makes a fucking push to be like, yo, bro, we'll give you so much money. You know, it's funny because Arkansas tries to stay so competitive with those things. Like, we're supposed to be, like, I think it's Toyota/Mazda wants to open. Yeah, Toyota and Mazda wants to open a new plant to produce vehicles. And they want to do it in some state. And Arkansas is trying to throw their hat in the ring. And I guarantee you they won't have enough incentives or be able to work with them well enough. Let me tell you something. So I work at Caterpillar, right? The cat plant that we have here in Little Rock has only been open since 2010. And Arkansas pushed pretty hard to get them to open one up here. But from what I've heard, the nightmare that they had to go through after getting all the approval and all the other shit that we had to go through, little things here and there, Cat said that they will never open up another plant in Arkansas. Never. Because of how much shit Arkansas gave them about, well, you gotta do this and gotta do that, and all these little, like, jumps, hoops and shit that they had to jump through. It's just like, Arkansas, if you want fucking companies to come here, don't have to, like, don't make them, you know, be like, I gotta chop my dick and balls off to be able to, like, get this done. Like, no, just make it easy, make it seamless, make it be like, look, we'll give you tax breaks, we'll do this, we'll do that, you know, like, it'll be great, you know, the first 5-10 years, you know, we'll slash out your taxes or do something, you know, like, make it seem like, wow, we should go to Arkansas. Like, they've got great land there. They've got, like, great opportunities.
I mean,
yeah. No, I mean, you don't think that, like, CEOs from, like, Toyota America and, like, Caterpillar and all these other big companies, John Deere, and all, they don't get together at certain times and just, like, talk about, like, shit and just be like, yeah, I wouldn't open up anything there.
That Arkansas, though.
I'm sure Walmart's over there just be like, please open up stuff, and be like, yeah, but Arkansas is so much trouble. Be like, you don't have to go all the way over there, and you can just come to Fayetteville. Because literally anytime Walmart or some company is in Arkansas, it's always up there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so I would love for Arkansas to be like, yo, bro, what's up? Let's get this Hyperloop thing going. But somehow I doubt it's going to happen. I mean, whenever Google Fiber was doing its thing,
oh yeah,
Arkansas had a chance. Like, Google looked at Little Rock as an opportunity for fiber.
That would have been so cool. I was so disappointed when I found out I figured we weren't going to get it. I mean,
the only reason why was because we didn't want to help fund and pay for the money for them to tear up stuff to lay fiber down. That was
stupid.
That was the only thing that held us back. And Google really wanted to look at Little Rock because we're a smaller city, and they wanted to see the impact that would have on it. But no, they're just like, no. Plus, is that even still a thing? I'm pretty sure they've stopped expanding that.
Google Fiber? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of quit hearing things about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it in like probably a year or so.
I don't think I've heard anything in like 2 or 3 years. Like, I know it's in like Kansas City, and then like a couple other places. Like, but that's about it. Like, I haven't really heard any like aggressive plans, but I think that's done something, because now like some of these companies like Comcast, they offer gig plans, but they're really expensive.
Yeah,
like Comcast has a gig plan now, but it's like $100-something bucks a month, and it's like, fuck.
Oh yeah.
So,
but what I think what excited me most about hearing about Hyperloop, it was just like all this information, good information, just like at one time. Because like at first I saw like this video about Hyperloop. I was like, that's kind of a cool name. I saw the thumbnail, cool design. Let me click it, and then it was like, oh yeah, Elon Musk. I'm like, okay, I know that guy. He does good stuff with space and shit. I know things about him. And then it was like, hey, it goes super fast between cities. This, Los Angeles to New York in half an hour. I'm like, okay. And affordable fare. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, well, I'm not going to see this in my lifetime. I'm like, oh yeah, we're already laying plans down right now to have it within the next few years in certain cities. I'm like, I could ride one of these in my lifetime. Right,
like I know Elon's plan is to like, he wants to be on Mars by I think like 2030 or 2040 or something, which is not all that far off. That's like 20 years. But okay, so you before really this was a thing, you'd see shit on Facebook, videos of like concept videos of just like, if we just did this and we'd be able to do all this, and oh, isn't this so great? But everything was always little 3D models and simulations, and no one would you'd never get anything from that. But if Elon says it's gonna happen,
it's like Elon sit there and watch those videos, and at the end they were like, but it cost a lot of money, and he's like, looks over at a big pile of cash, he's like, I have a lot of money. I could
right. Or he just like got really excited for something and it never panned out, and he was just like got really pissed and was like, I'm gonna fucking do this shit myself. Fuck this.
I feel like that's like a big part of it. He's just like, why hasn't no one done this yet? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do
it. Honestly, that's really fucking smart. I mean, there's people who have way more money than him, and they could have started this shit, and they just felt like it's too much of an investment. But he knows, yes, his profitability was going to be low at the beginning. Now he makes a fuck ton of money, but he's just going to keep ramping up, and he's taking everything and grabbing it by the balls, because he goes, you know what, if I'm the first in this and I do it really fucking well, I'm going to make so much money, it's going to be ridiculous, and I'll accelerate the growth of the American economy like nobody's business. I mean, I just don't understand why more people aren't sitting behind him going like, yeah, let me help you out with this, or hey, let me tackle this, or let me tackle that, just Elon wants to power our houses with just batteries, and Samsung can't even keep your phone charged for 8 hours. Like,
it's very true. It's very true. I have problems with my phone.
Samsungs are particularly bad at that.
I still like it though.
I mean, I love my phone. It's an HTC, but it could be better. Anyway, but we'll see.
I'm glad we have someone just looking towards the future instead of stuck stagnant here in their own business model because they just want to use up these resources we have, and when it's too late, it's just too late.
Yeah, very true. So, Elon, keep up the good fucking work, man, because I'm excited. And if you just want to throw me a, a Model 3 my way just to be like...
Just if you want. Yeah, if you want. Just one lying around.
Just say, hey, I have like 7 extra in my garage. You know, you can just have one of them. That'd be great. Or at least send it our way so we can at least like test drive it. That'd be great. We'll review it, even though we don't know what we're talking about. We'd love to drive it.
If you have a new car that, you know, you just need someone to test drive, you know, see if it works.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just remember this. So, you know, he's got the Model S, which is his like speedster.
Yeah.
And then he's got the X, which is his
extra.
Extra. No, it's his SUV. Then he has the Model 3, which is your very affordable, quote unquote affordable sedan. You know, you can get them around $40,000. It's affordable.
All right.
It's not like it's a $20,000 electric car. If it was, that'd be amazing. But so he has that, and then of course he has concept plans already, but he wants to do it for electric 18-wheelers.
What?
Electric big
That'd
rigs.
Be awesome.
Be able to haul around that shit. That's electric. You know how nuts that is? And he wants to do that, and of course he already has plans for like a hatchback type car.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, in case you didn't know, you know, it's the Model S, the Model X, and now the Model 3. Well, he originally wanted the Model 3 to be called the Model E, because he wanted to be like, oh, E for electric, E for everybody. But also his models would spell out S-E-X, because sex sells, right? But Ford already owned the Model E trademark, so he had to change it to Model 3, so it still says sex, but in lead speak. And then I think they've said that the truck that he wants to do is supposed to be Model Y, so it's sexy. And then I've heard it being thrown around that the hatchback is supposed to be a Model U, so it's U sexy.
U sexy. Oh man!
But this is all speculation.
This is really cool.
Yeah, that just shows you how fucking dope Elon Musk is. So seriously, if you've never really looked into what he's doing or anything about him, I suggest going and checking him out. He's a funny dude. He's really down to earth. He's probably like gonna go down as like the greatest human being ever.
I'll vote for that.
Oh yeah, man. If he ran for president, I mean, he probably wouldn't win, but I would totally.
Yeah, easy vote.
Yeah,
super easy. He'd be doing good things.
Oh wait, he's not a natural born citizen. Fuck. God damn it. Well,
I'm making an exception.
He can be governor or something. Yeah, that'd be fine.
I'll move to the state.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, that'll be it for us.
Yep. Thanks for listening. Follow us on social media. We're everywhere. Pick
seriously, check out our Facebook. That we post a bunch of shit there. Like, it's our most happening place.
Yeah,
and
happening. Yep.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's happening.
And we got to 100 likes, which for us is like so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's only had it for like a month or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we all post, so you know, it's all the admins and all the other co-hosts we have for our shows, and yeah. So check us out. You know, that you can chit chat with us wherever, and you have a good week.
Yep. All right. We'll see you later. Thanks for listening.
All right. Bye.
Bye.